Jonathan Barkan of DreadCentral.com, and I'm here with Courtney, Garrett, Tao, and Chris of the movie Perfect. How are you all doing?
Good.
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's South by, so I'm having it's a
Great.
giant
It's a good
party.
time.
It's a good time.
Party.
Yeah. So the film premiered, and you all got to see it. What were your thoughts?
It was so much higher than my expectation. I expected a lot of this film, and I was so pumped, and it went so far beyond what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Just to
Especially
see,
visually as well.
yeah, no, the visual effects and just to see how it's grown from production to now has been great.
There have been a lot of very elevated sci-fi films over the past several years.
Yeah.
We've seen it with Ex Machina,
Yes.
with Moon, and now recently Annihilation.
Yes.
And it seems like Perfect is ripe for that sort of pantheon. Can you talk a bit about how it might fit into that world?
You know, I feel like with those the new sci-fi films, it takes an artistic approach to it as well. And so with the art mixed with the science fiction, it kind of gives this new kind of genre, I guess. And so Perfect fits so well in that artistic sci-fi-esque horror-ish genre. It's great.
All right. And with these kinds of films, there's often a bit of a horror element, or at least a horror adjacent element. There's something that can appeal to our fans. So even though this is put as a sci-fi film, do you think that there's a way to connect it to the horror audience? Tao, what do you think?
I mean, every character is like very mysterious and could be quite horrific.
Yeah.
I mean, Garrett's character is really creepy sometimes, and you know.
Transformation you go through, by the end, it could almost be
Yeah,
a
it gets
horror.
creepy,
Like,
and then I wake up having killed my girlfriend in the movie, and then I carve my
horror.
body up.
It is
Yeah, so it's a horror. I
There's
mean,
a lot of
then
blood.
there's these
There's a lot of
visions, and it's crazy. It
Be
gets cool.
satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you, basically the premise is that you want to better yourself by injuring yourself
Yeah.
to then improve yourself.
Yeah.
It's a very transhuman experience. We actually just saw it in the film Upgrade that premiered here as well. But
Right.
can you talk about what that experience is like, this idea of you wanting to better yourself through self-harm?
Right. So I don't support self-harm. Like, don't do
Sure,
that. But so in the movie, I carve my body with these knives, and I take out my flesh, and I insert these treatment cubes that are administered by the clinic. And so with each treatment, these visions that I have are cured more and more, and it spreads from my cheek to my forehead to my whole body. I shave my head, and it ends up covering my entire body. And at the end of the movie, I have the last piece inserted, and you'll see what happens. But it's pretty cool.
Okay, so no spoilers on what happens.
No
towards the
spoilers,
end.
but just watch the movie.
All right. And in your mind, what do you think these films do? Like, what are audiences going to get out of a film like this?
Well, I'm good friends with Eddie, and I think, you know, to this film I could speak and not to other films, but you're going to leave talking about the film. What did I just see?
Understanding,
What just happened? Try to figure out, you know, right, what your interpretation was versus mine, to inspire conversation.
Yeah.
And what kind of conversation were you all having after you saw this film, Courtney?
we were going back through all the memories. Like, we'd forgotten about certain things. Garrett and I were shooting in the Dominican Republic. And we didn't forget about that.
that
but
was
like,
great.
a lot of memories were brought up for us.
And the
then,
VFX, like they added a whole bunch of stuff in post. It was great. And just like the whole journey we all went through to make this film, we were just reminiscing on that, and like just being there together and to experience it all was great.
Wonderful. And Tao, what about you? What came to mind?
I filmed totally separate from these guys because I was in a box and doing my voiceover part mostly, so I didn't get to see much what's going on in real. I mean, on the other set, so it was like a total surprise, and you guys did amazing. It was beautiful.
Wonderful. And so now we want to know, when can people see it? How can fans see this film?
Right. Well, so it premiered last night at South by Southwest, and depending on where the movie goes, I mean, might hit audiences soon, so we'll see.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you all so very much for stopping by, and we're all very excited for
having
Perfect.
us. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Thanks so much for checking out this interview. We want to thank our sponsors, Dark Sky Films, Shudder, and Epic Pictures, for their support. Also, a big thanks go out to South by Southwest Convention for having us here. To subscribe to our channel for amazing content, go ahead and click right here. To follow all of our South by Southwest coverage, you want to follow this playlist. To see amazing exclusive horror clips, click here, and make sure to get the very best in horror news by going to DreadCentral.com. Thank you so much.